Hoopers, do you want to know what the number one mistake is when it comes to jumper's knee rehab? That number one mistake is you're icing and resting too much your patellar tendon. The reason why is we'll go over right now. My name is Dr. Marco Lopez, Doctor of Physical Therapy and Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. I'm co-founder of the Basketball Doctors, and our goal for the Basketball Doctors is to provide evidence-based information regarding all things basketball, rehab, performance, and injury prevention. This is all just for educational purposes, not medical advice. If you need medical advice, visit us at one of our clinics in Los Angeles or Orange County, or send us an email, or visit your local physical therapist and physician. Let's jump into our topic, why resting and icing is doing more damage to your jumper's knee than playing basketball. Let's break this down. So jumper's knee, if you want to learn more about jumper's knee, click the link above. This is a great video on talking about all things jumper's knee. But jumper's knee, a quick recap, it's not inflammation. It's not an inflammatory issue. It's more of a degeneration issue. So this tendon over time gets overloaded. So what happens over time, jumper's knee doesn't occur after a weekend. It occurs after several weeks of putting too much stress in this tendon that it over exceeds the capacity of it. Tendinitis, if you flare it up one weekend, you rest it, it should be good the next day. Normally what people do is they'll rest and then they'll be like, oh man, it doesn't hurt anymore. They'll go back to playing basketball, boom, it flares up again. That's more jumper's knee. And the reason why resting and icing are making your symptoms worse is because when you rest and ice a tendon, the tendon just gets weaker. And then when you go back to the court and you didn't do any rehab and you just go back into the court because there's no pain, that tendon just got even weaker because you were off of it. And you go back to doing the same drills, that's gonna flare it up. So that's why I tell people, when you have jumper's knee, resting and icing actually make it worse because you actually get weaker. And a tendon issue, we have to load the tendon. So whenever you have a tendon issue like jumper's knee, we have to be strengthening it. Resting could be okay initially for the first day, but I don't even recommend too much resting. It's more load management, load moderation, decrease the amount of stuff that you're doing while increasing more of your rehab, the strengthening, because we have to strengthen this tendon. Icing, people are like, but icing feels good. I like icing, go ahead, ice it. But sometimes icing, because it's an anti-inflammatory, we actually want some inflammation in that tendon because we are remodeling that tendon. We're strengthening that tendon. We want to replenish that strength. We want that damaging occur. So we want some of the inflammatory process to occur when you have jumper's knee. So it's a good thing to just kind of quickly ice it, just for a couple minutes, but don't rely on ice too much. It feels good because it decreases the pain. It's counterproductive to what our goal is, to really loading that tendon, getting it stronger. So resting and icing, like I mentioned, guys, is doing more harm than good. What we want to replace it with is loading the tendon and load moderation. Maybe you don't do too much plyometrics early on, get the quad stronger to improve the capacity of the tendon, work on some isometrics. We also will provide the link below. We have an 8-week jumper's knee online rehab program that you can do on your own, but it teaches you how to load this tendon progressively over those 8 weeks so you can slowly get back to doing more and more stuff. Like I mentioned, you can still play basketball, but you need to be doing your rehab exercises, because if you completely rest and you go back to basketball, this tendon just got weaker, you're gonna overload it when you go back into the court, and you're gonna start this cycle over and over. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you like this video. Like I mentioned, guys, one of the biggest questions I get is like, why am I resting and icing and it keeps going back? Because it's not an inflammatory issue. It's more of a load issue, improving the capacity of these tendons. Tendons need to be loaded. So check out our jumper's knee online rehab program. Check out our other videos too in the link above on overall exercises we like for jumper's knee. Hopefully you like the video. Hit the like, share, subscribe button, share with your friends and family. We are the Basketball Doctors. Let's ball for life.